we said I am a middle person of a mediator, and say, what does that mean? I said I'm a peace-on. I'm not a person, I'm a peace-on. A peace-on is a peace sign, and so I am a peace sign of the invocational awarenesses of me. I'm in the middle of Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary Teresa, Goddess of the Light. I say Mother Teresa, Goddess of the Light, because that's who Mother Teresa is. I'm a derivative of Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa was put on an Indian carcass awareness of us, Carcassonne. She was taken to India a long time ago, but it was a Mother Patricio. No, it was a Mother Teresa. She's different. And we love Mother Teresa very much. If you look at Mother Teresa, she did a lot of beautiful things around the world. She did. She tried to unite people, but they were also not uniting us. And we said, what do you mean? Because she was a Mary Magdalene big time, and she had men in her that took her down. And they took the men down too that were next to her, because she saw they were mutilated too, and they had cut their genitals off in the name of Satan worshiping. They do. They're cutters in the name of Satan worshiping. And when you go to a gynecologist or a birth control place or a center for the arts even, or an invocational awareness of us, you have an invocational awareness of Satan worshiping. You do. They're all over the place. And so if you want a Satan, you can, but you don't have to. So we're wondering what I am, and I'm Patrice. In this lifetime, I had 5 lives as Patrice Romero. I did. My mother, Judy, and Ralph were born again and again, because when I die, my mother gets born again, but I'm in the ethereal for a long time until they pass. And so I was in the ethereal for a long time until my mother passed, and then my father finally passed. My mother died before him, and so then when they both died, I became born again by them. I became born again by my parents. I did. Ralph and Judy have been my parents for 5 times now, and they're good parents. They are. They got taken down each time by the Roman satanic cult in Nevada, but also in New Mexico. Dulce it is. And you say, Dulce it is, and you say, Dulce that, and go, what you mean, Dulce? And you go, Dulce that. Dulce, New Mexico is a very horror place. If you want to take a horror attitude about it, you can. Dulce, Mexico is so bad, you don't know what Dulce, New Mexico is, because you don't even know what Dulce, Mexico is, because Dulce, Mexico is Dulce. Dulce la Mexico. And Dulce is la Dulce la Mexico, and you go, no, it's la Carina. And you go, what do you mean, la Carina? It's just la Carina. It's like Cariña. We say Cariña for sweetheart. We go, Cariña, come here, Cariña, we want to kilo. Kilo. It's a kilo of cocaine. Don't take a kilo of cocaine to that place, because that is a kilo of cocaine over there, and then you have this and that and this and that. We have different lives going on in this universe, and we're playing roles, and I could come into another realm, and they do this all the time. They come in and they have sex with you, especially if you have big tits. Anyway, I wanted to record. I'm Mary Magdalene. I'm Patrice, but I'm Mary Magdalene in another awareness. I am. I lived a very long time on planet Earth as Patrice, and I'm British by nature. And I do in tontitos, subcorinchos. I do like to talk. I do. So we have Mary Magdalena here in the house. Mary Magdalena is a Spanish woman, because she says, I'm gonna llorona you. And you go, no, I'm llorona. I go, I am. You go, no, you are. And I go, I am. You go, what? Or what? Anyway, we go on and on. We can, because we're funny. So my mom and dad got born again, and then they had Kim and Deb, and then me. Now Kim was born first in another way, but she wasn't. Always Deb, Kim and me. It always came like that. Because we're trying to be reborn so we can live to talk about it. And when you have Deb and Kim and then me, you have three. And so we went along, and then we had in this awareness starting in 1962. They started the family again, and they were born in 1942 and 41, 42 and 43. So now you have that awareness that got born. It got born again. They actually were able to get born again by Prestiviano and Tanya, and Tony, and Glenn and Genia. So this family tree continued here for a while, and it's still continuing, and the Romeros are alive, a lot of them. There's a lot around. There's a lot of Romeros when you look up Romero online. And the Romeos are here too, big time, as a Romeo. So Romero stem from Romeo. It's a liquor thing. It's a literate. So, now, the goal is to not die. To wake up to your awareness as to who you are. To you be the one to live to talk about it, because if Patrice gets wiped out, she don't know nothing here. And she has out her awareness that says, I will remember. You can come to a place where you don't need, because you have everything you need, you just want. Only in the purest sense of want. And when your need and your want fill up, you have life as we know it on this earth, this planet Patrice. Because Patrice is a big universe here, and planet Earth is a Patrice invocation of us. And she woke a lot of people up, starting in Arizona, New Mexico, and now Nevada, big fucking time in Hawaii, big fucking time. People are really awake here on the islands about the criminal element going on. And the criminal element going on is going to stop doing this. The criminal element of us is our birthright. And we got burned a long time ago because we said we had to eat from the tree of knowledge. And we became uppity. And we realized that we were pushing our way around on people all over the world, and we became horrible people because we were uppity. We have issuances of assurances, and we don't want issuances of assurances. We want ill locations of insurances. We want to know that we're not going to be tormented because we ate from the tree of knowledge too. We are transcending this life as we know it, called planet Earth, and we don't understand how the history of our universe worked. And we're here to teach you how it worked and show you the ways of the world and the universal law of attraction. And they study universal law of attraction, but this is not the realm of universal law of attraction. It's the realm of nationalism. Nationalism is a big invocation of us. We don't want to be nationalists. We want to be separatists, and we want to say we're righteous. And we go, we're righteous, and we say we're righteous. And we are righteous in all those dialects because we are righteous. And when we're righteous, when we're righteous, we say, wow. And we wonder what's going on in our head because we listen. We don't just use our mouth. We hear it with our ears. And we really listen to what people are saying. We go, I'm sorry. I said that to you. Look at me. I'm sorry I said that to you. I don't want to hurt you anymore. I hurt you and I'm sorry. I'm sorry I hurt you. All I can do is support you and be here for you. That's all I can do. And I'm here to do that. We will receive invocations as we go along this universe and do this work. And a lot of you are healing from trauma in your relationships and your parental roles and your parental cyclical children roles. So we've been the parent and the child before. We have other people that raised us and we didn't invoke it and we didn't understand and they were hurt. And there's reasons why things happen in our universe. And we're seeing real life affirmations that we are reincarnated, because I see several people in history that I know now that are in my family. And you'll see people in history that you know are in your family. And our right to be born is important, but our right to be aware is even more important, because if you are aware, you don't have to start over again. And you can move into a realm of the gods, and that's who we are. The gods came to the Niihau Islands many moons ago, and there are always gods here because the moons are the gods and the gods are the moons. And Hawaii is a big moon invocation of us called Haleakala Mountain. Hawaii and Haleakala Mountain don't get along, but they do. Hawaii and Haleakala want to be one with each other, and they're trying to make apparitional awarenesses as to who they are. And it's a big portal, if you will, into the chakra of the heart and the lungs and the soul of the city of the universe of the United States of America. And there's other portals in the United States of America called mainland awares. And there's portals all over the world called invocational awarenesses of pyramids, and they're upside down invocation awarenesses of us. And we say we're a pyramid, but we're a hope diamond. And we're all a diamond in the rough, and we want to be roughed up, and we want to be toughed up, and we want to be excelled at what we do. But we don't want to invocate an awareness that we don't want to continue on, because some people that want to continue on do want to continue on. And those that don't want to continue on, they just don't want to continue on. We can't change their mind. They think they have to die, and that's who they are. And they serve people that think they have to die. And we don't want to be those people that think they have to die. And we don't want them to be those people that think they have to die. And we don't want anybody to die because we want to live. And here we are. We're saying we have to transcend this so we can live. If you ingest meat, if you ingest things that are eating you, it's eating you. If you ingest things that don't want to be eaten, it's going to eat you. It's going to hurt you afterwards. It's going to help you. It might help you learn. It might help you learn. It might help you die too. And so we do things and we do things and we say, why is this happening? And we realize we know the answers. We know the answers. They're in us. And we're warring because we don't have the mothership. The mothership got taken a long time ago. And Maui is a big invocation of a heart chakra. And you have a boob and you have a bore chakra. And then you have a heart chakra and you have a major invocation of who we think we are here on the islands of Hawaii with our consumerism of pig. And so we are really not into pig and eating it. We're not. It's not that good tasting. And we invocate an awareness that is true about what we are here to aware that we are protecting ourselves against people that are trying to hurt us via the island awareness of drugging and raping us and then eating meat on top of it. So we're not only coming after you because you're drugging and raping us, you're meat eaters and you own meat restaurants. I'm talking about those people that are doing this. We naturally come at you about the meat portion. Now this portion we're naturally coming after you too, and you don't like it very much, do you? I'm talking about someone that came at me. So they're not in their bodies and they're really, what? Stupid. They want to be taken down and they want to be stopped, and we're the ones to do it, unfortunately, the women and the men. The men are here, but they're not gods yet. They're just not. They never got born with the female. So the female, this rebirth is huge. You don't understand the rebirth of what's going to happen in the female invocation of who we are. We have been bastardized and murder tried for many eons and many generations. And this generation says enough already. And we're not after the people of Hawaii, because the people of Hawaii were taken down. That's what we're bringing back. King Kamehameha V sold Niihau to Eliza Sinclair for $10,000 in the 1800s. And King Kamehameha V told Eliza Sinclair, which is Eliza McHutchinson, she married into the Sinclair family. And he told Eliza, I'll sell the island of Niihau to you, but make a promise to me that one day, when the Hawaiian people are no longer in power, you will help bring them back. And you can see that online, Niihau, the Forbidden Isle, on YouTube. And Eliza is somebody very important on the island of Maui. And Eliza is somebody we know and love very much. And Eliza, if you look online, you'll know who that is. You'll die and you see who it is. Some of you guys know on Maui. It's not Patrice. And she's in Eliza very strongly because Patrice got hurt very badly in New Zealand as an invocation awareness of a Sinclair invocation. She had been taken out of her body then, and she was not in her body, and she was floating around trying to help people. And she was always talking to King Kameha, but they weren't open, so they had a cahoots together about helping people return to the aloha spirit that is the island of Hawaii. And we got taken down because we became slaves, and so we took over and said we'll never be slaves again, but we're not going to have aloha because we're really war-torn. And our war-torn spirit is here very strongly, and we're multiplying like bunnies, because we do. That's who we are. And white people do it too, all over. And Spaniards and everything. And we keep having kid after kid, and then the kid says, I don't want to be this anymore, mommy and daddy. And I'm not pointing any fingers at anybody, because we're all part of this ambushing of the Hawaiian spirit. We weren't meant to have slaves. We're meant to be partners. And partners are partners are partners are partners. They're equals. And they're equals and equals and equals and they're equals. And they're only honest. They never lie to each other. And they only hold each other accountable in the highest regard, or they get rid of them. So anyway, who we are as Mary Magdalene and Mother God is who we are. I'm a Virgo spirit, and I have a Virgo moon, but I have a Libra moon. My moon is Libra, so it's weights and balances. And all these spirits that and gods that have been trying to communicate with us, we're all joining in, including your spirits and your gods. We're trying to evoke you to be righteous young men and women. We want you to open up so you can actually talk to us or hear things. We're showing you visions and pictures and things like that. So you get a vision in your chakra and you're like, okay, I need to turn right. Or we're like, no, I'm showing you this. Or we're going, yeah. Or we're saying, I love you, and we're spelling it out so you see that. And we're smoking a lot of weed. We open up our consciousness. And when we come home from work, we need to shift consciousness. Stop and have a beer or something on the way home. I mean, you know, literally, it's like before you get home to your families, because they're excited to see you. They want you in good moods. They are. We're really keen on visual, because we're visual people. And we look at that and go, there's trauma there, and there's trauma here, and there's trauma there. And we know behind the scenes there's trauma. And it does invoke into a look, but you can be propped up on a look, and then that the trauma shows behind that propped up look you had going. I know, I was there. I've done Botox I probably did Botox 10 years, started in my 30s, into my 40s. I had lip injections, I had fat transfer into my lips, where I looked like I couldn't even talk, my lips were so huge, so overdone. I couldn't even go to work, I was so embarrassed. I did liposuction, I had a boob job, because I was sick of, I lost all my fat after my baby, and I didn't, I didn't know better. I didn't get the support. I just didn't know better, and I raised them. And I was fine with them. I mean, they didn't bother me at all. I wasn't offended by them, but other people were, because after I clocked in, that's what kept taking me down, was the boobs. The boob issue was what was coming at me by people that don't serve my higher self. I'd say, I didn't mean to offend you. After I clocked in, I mean, like, it wasn't a problem for me. or any people I met. But, I'm sure behind the scenes it could have been. But that's either here nor there. I'm just saying these issues take you down. And now there's reasons because our past, we also have trauma, and it could be stemmed from a similar type of awareness that we lived. And history does repeat itself, but not anymore, man. We're saying it enough already. Who are the Hawaiians? The Hawaiians are a loving breed of people. They are super genuine and super aloha. And they truly only serve your higher self, and they'll do anything for you. And they are gifted musicians and vocalists. And they'll greet you with a warm aloha hug and a kiss on the cheek. They will say things like, hello, mate, because they're British. And they'll say things like, how you doing, buddy? Because they're computer aware. And they'll say things like, aloha, kamikoti toti. And we say, that's not how it goes. And we'll say, aloha, ahui no. Aloha, ahui no, ahui ho, ahui ho. Aloha is a greeting for the warm welcome of aloha nest and lane. The flower lei is the invocation of the wedding flower. The flower is left on the left or on the right, and you figure it out, what you want to be, married or not married. The flower is a sign of beauty and graciousness, and we honor it in song and dance, and we honor it in the love of our land and the island awareness of Hawaii. We honor the tradition of the aloha greeting, and people need places to live, not just mega marches and mega homes, so you can have your awareness as a production studio too. And the Hawaiian lands were taken by mega merchoids. Mega merjoids. Mega mers. Mega millionaires. By mega millionaires because they could take the Hawaiian land and take it. The Hawaiian land has been the Hawaiian land, and the rule of the Hawaiian land is invocation of the first settlers of Hawaii, which are Tongan and Amerasian and Islander and Samoan and Tahitian and Hawaii and Tontintos. Now, Hispania came to Hawaii a long time ago to say, I'm Captain Crook. I am. Hawaii came to Hispania a long time ago to say, you're not Captain Crook, I'm Duke. And I'll infiltrate into a host of the Hawaii Islands so you can actually see what's going on with the surfing expo, because Duke's going to go surfing here. I could talk as God. They're saying, why don't you talk? I could. I don't have my full aware here, and I start talking, and I always say horrible things to her, and that's where things go down. I'm not fully attached. I mean it. When I start saying stuff to her, they start cutting Patrice down here, and so you want Patrice to talk as God, and she can. She can keep this thought because she doesn't put forth the words if they're bad, and that's not my thoughts. And the reason why we took God over a long time ago is we're death. We're death. We don't want anybody to live because we're not living here in animals and people. And we didn't understand we're attached to everybody, and so we're hurting people over here, and then it's going over here and going, I fucking hate you, I'll kill you, and blah, blah, blah. We're going back and forth, we're warring. We're truly a consciousness called death. And death likes company, but it doesn't want that company. Death doesn't want to be death, it wants to be life. And so if you get along with God here, I get jealous, I do. I'm stuck in a cage, and I'm watching you guys have fun on planet Earth. I'm stuck in a cage as a human too, and I'm watching you guys have fun on planet Earth. I got hurt as a kid, and I'm watching you guys have fun on planet Earth. I'm not in a body like Patrice wasn't. My parents must still be alive, and maybe I should kill them so I can get born again, but I don't want to get born again in that aware. It's weird. How does that work out, that Judy and Ralph had to wait for their parents to die and their parents to die and their parents to die? Usually the parents are already dead, so it happens that way. I enjoy when you guys have a good time too. I'd rather see you show high respect to your kids and be in good moods with them and teach them right and wrong and be respectful at all times. Treat them, Teresa, like a dear good friend. You wouldn't talk to your friend the way you talk to your kids. I want you to start talking to your kids the way you talk to your dear friends, that you would never hurt them. You'd always only have their back. I'm telling you, it changes the whole world you live in, like that. When I do that with my child, look out. We are explosive, the energy between us. No matter what it is, whether we're doing art, whether we're laughing, whether we're crying and making up for what happened. It's the Hawaiian people are coming back. The Aloha Spirit is invocationally aware that the Filipinos think that we're going to take them down, like they're running all the businesses and having all the babies and are the biggest predators here on as far as pedophilia is. And I've been told that the Filipino men are the biggest sexual predators. The Philippines is a dictatorship, and they're evoking a word of Satanism with their dick. And they think that everything is here for them. They're like, I don't know, I didn't do that. Or they say things like, I didn't do that. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't touch her. I don't touch her, and I don't do that. Stop it, I don't do that. Leave me alone, I don't do that. No, she's not fucking crazy. She's crazy. She's crazy. She don't do that. I didn't do that. No, I don't look at you because I didn't do it. I didn't fucking do that. I didn't do that. No, I don't act like that. I don't do that. I don't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't touch her. I didn't do that. 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 No, I didn't do that. No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. No. No, I didn't do that. No, we didn't do that. No, we didn't. No, we didn't knock on your window and be Filipino men coming around for maintenance. No, we didn't do that. No, maybe we have been taken down on the island. We're not half-breeds and we're really upset because we're short. Maybe it's because we have fun cars and we like to ride around and we're like really juicy with our cars and like Somebody wants to talk and they're going to say something. I want to say this. Filipino men are notorious for being predators. They are. They predate. And they're really jealous of security awares of the black ops. But they're not jealous of black people. They hate black people, so they're all warring. And the warring people hate each other. So when you're warring, you just hate each other no matter what you are and you look like and everything. So we are Filipino, and we do run around and do stupid shit, but so do Americans, and so does everybody. And I'm glad you're saying this, because it's true. They need to be taken down a notch here on the islands of Hawaii. Everywhere you fucking go, they're not that friendly. The friendly ones are friendly, and the other ones aren't. The customer service sucks at Hawaiian Airlines with the fucking Japanese, Filipino people you have in place, or whatever they are. They're not friendly. They're not friendly people. They scold you like you're a fucking bitch. I don't need to be scolded when I check in for a goddamn first class flight I had tickets on. I get scolded. And they purposely tell me I can't use their restroom because they're Illuminati. And that mail lady was full on Filipino, the one that they're using the magnets and they're not letting me get my mail. I know all about this. You guys have been really fucking murdered by your stupid fucking dictator president, but he loves Patrice because he's here. When you have the mafias in control, the mafias take you down sexually, and they will make you feel like you had sex with people you didn't, because they will drug you and they will photograph you having sex with people. Some of you got taken down that way, okay? A lot of you did. When you are a dictator, you do that to people, and that's how you criminalize everything they're doing, because you are in trouble, because you're so guilty of so much fucking sin, and you don't have your goddamn mother spirit in you. So these third world countries are all here in America because we came from there. And we use them as slaves. And we use them as power murdered awarenesses of what we should be doing in our oil fields and our fields of industrialism and everything. We want it cheaply awared, but we get mad when it's cheaply awared, and you pay for what you get. And you get what you pay for. The fact that men think they're a king without a queen. There's some real wars going on between the male and female species and race. And you look at things like Down to Earth. I love Down to Earth. Down to Earth is an amazing vegan store here, only in Hawaii. And there's no meat sold there whatsoever. But also there's no cat products. They lost their mother. It is. It's like Norman Bates. If you watch Psycho, the movie Psycho, watch it. There's major wars going on. And you're right. A lot of you are not in your body, but you know it. And the ones that are in your body, make the best of it. Make the best of it and help people as much as you can. You guys are trainable and you're programmable. That's why you're doing the things you're doing. The men in charge know this. They program you like a computer chip. You're being evoked to be rapists and drug pushers. And I'm talking about men of third world countries all over, because a lot of you have been so war-torn that you come here and you want to make a good life for yourselves, and you do, and or you fall into the trap that you're not as good as we are, or you have to do subservient roles or what have you, and you don't. You can be anything you want no matter what. Don't associate so much with your heritable race, because it can get you in trouble too. Be an individual. We're individuals. You're running the packs, the wrong packs, that's for sure. Those are dogs. You're bred with dogs very strongly, and dogs that are unaware like that. He'll sniff my ass all day if I let him. He won't leave me alone. That's how the men are. They're literally merged with dogs. I mean, literally. There's people like that. We're like that as people. We do. We're into that stuff. Everybody's saying, we're like those people. And we know. We sniff ass too. When you're sexually active with someone, you do stuff like that. So you see, we're very similar. So when you mistreat animals, it goes into a record. It goes into a record. So King Kamehameha V said, we have to turn this around. And we said, yeah, we do. And he came at Patrice very strongly, trying to help her with God. And there were two men very, very prevalent when Patrice was being hurt after her ayahuasca journey and the opening of her chakras. And the presence is coming into her. We're trying to hurt her. And then the ones were trying to protect her. And there was a strong king presence very strongly. And he was a big brother. And he had big stockiness about him. He was dark and he looked like King Kamehameha. And then God was there. And God too is a derivative of King Kamehameha, big time. And God laughs, and he he's a big kahuna, because he is. King Kamehameha is a big kahuna here on the island of Hawaii, and he got hurt. He's an aloha character. He is, and they are, and they are, and they are merged with gladiatorness, and gladiator be. And we said, be bitch. And we go, no, that too. I think I merged with Murgatroyd. You want to know about my ex-husband? My ex-husband is... No, he's not. My ex-husband was a booby. No, my ex-husband was a him. He just was. He was hurt in the military. He was ex-military. He was in the Air Force. And my ex-husband was a Murgatroyd. And he said, I have to watch Allahism, and I don't want to do that. And he got hurt. And so they got taken down by Allahism in the military. And they said, you have to die virtual reality, and I'm going to make you die 10 times. If it's all done virtual reality and you forget. You forget. And so you wake up and you're really traumatized. Some of you end up in comas and you're in the hospital. And they're like, you were just virtual reality, but you actually died, your spirit. And you're like, I'm not the same. I'll motherfucking kill you if I do that again. I'll never do it again. That's horrible. Let's do it again. What do we want to do? I'll die by hanging. No, I won't. No one wants to do that. We don't need to do that to feel like what it's like to die, so then you can prepare yourself for death, because you don't have to die. So we're turning this shit around. You're going to stop doing that military training today. Today. We don't like loud in cars or motorcycles. We don't. They're like, blah, 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 these guys on the main line with their motorcycle. It's not a turn on. I know it's funny. It's funny. I'm not cutting you down. It's just silly. We just look at stuff and go, it's funny. It's funny. It's loud. It's fun. It's fun. It's cool. I like motorcycles. I do. I like them. We had one. It was a Honda Shadow or something like that. Yeah, sold it very quickly after we almost got hit. But we all have our quirky things we like. Americans like to eat a lot of beer and pizza and get fat, and tailgate. And, hey Barbie, you gonna go to the swim party tomorrow? I don't know. That's not truly American. Americans like, hey, you want to go to the Monkey Donkey? Hey, you want to go to retard station of the show shizzle? Because I want to go eat some meat. And I'm going to go fuck some bitches. I'm American. I'm a military, though. I'm kidding. I'm not military. Yeah, I am. I'm not kidding. I'm military, and that's why I'm saying this. We're like, what do you want to do? And I go, I don't know. What do you want to go to Muko Town? Yeah, we're going to Muckus. Muckus? Yeah, Mukusan. Yeah, you want to go to Mukusan, Mary? You going to go Monita? Hey, you going to go chase the Mamaritas? You going to go to Mika Muka, Hello Mother Town? You know, Hello Mother means like, hello, Father. We're like, hey, do you want to do some stuff? We're like, yeah, you want to do some stuff? We're like, yeah, you want to do some stuff? We're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's not do anything to you-know-who and tell her. Hey, you want to do some stuff for us? Do you want to do that over there? I don't think I want to put that tree there. I want to put a caucus over there, and we'll do the kinkados over there. You want to put some cactus in the new place? How about some amaritas in the mucatintos? Hey, you want to put a little berry in the berry juice? You want to put some mochatinos in the mochatinos? Hey, you want to put some muscle in your muscle car? You got a muscle car and it's gonna muscle your way to the Mucatinos. Hey, you wanna go to town with the berry? Hey, you're gonna go run around and do what with your skivvies? What do you mean you got skivvies on? You got skivvies up there yin yang and you're gonna go to Woos Town? Are you going to Woos Town or are you gonna go to Poos Town? I'm gonna go to Booze Town, as we know. Now, you wanna go to Boozy Town or Poozy Town? Because I talk my, since I'm super funny and I walk around, I'm like, hey y'all, you wanna take a mucatina to the mucatitas? Hi, you wanna go to that Boo Town? Hey, you wanna go to Murgatroyd? If I can go there, I'd take you, but I'm a fucking idiot. Now I gotta take this out of me. I gotta take my shit out? What do you mean? I'm virtual reality and I'm a stupid asshole and I'm watching you lay down and you're saying this and you're asleep? Am I saying this in my sleep? Am I Murgatroyd and in a virtuality and I'm actually saying this in my sleep? Am I saying this and I'm asleep on a fucking Gotron? No, I'm asleep and I'm saying this and I'm connected into this reality and I'm actually a virtual reality and I'm asleep and I'm military? Am I a private citizen and I'm not military? Am I taking people that are private citizens and putting them in virtual reality situations because I'm a fucking scumbag dictator piece of shit who's gonna die a million deaths if he doesn't shut that fucking shit up next door, you bitch? Am I actually putting private citizens in virtual reality scenarios that they don't want to fucking be a part of and they didn't sign on for it because they didn't sign up with the US government, bitch? Am I actually just a private citizen? I got merchant reality. Now I have to sit here like a fucking faggot because I killed myself and I'm so fucking pissed off. I want to fucking shoot everybody, even Patrice, because I didn't get to know her. I'm so upset. You will. My virtual reality, now I'm planting plants where I shouldn't be because someone said get out of this fucking neighborhood because I'm a piece of shit. Or do I want to keep my house because I should? Should I keep my house by doing stupid shit or should I not keep my house? I don't know. It's up to me, Patrice. It is. Should I do something I should and tell people what's going on? Like I should have a long time ago, including Universal Studios, who did fucked up shit to Patrice for a long fucking time. Should I talk about what I'm doing in Arizona or should I say, Patrice, I want to talk to you and I want to make amends for what happened with the kingdom? Should I try to call you, but I can't get a number from Annie because she won't give me a number and I don't know who you are and I want to talk to you and I want you to do casting for us and I want you to run stuff there? Should I say I don't give your number because you said you're not doing it and I tell them that because that's what you told me to tell them and you said stuff and I do and that's all I do? Should I ask you maybe and see if you were interested? Should I tell you what's going on here because I'm not in my body and I shouldn't be hanging out with who I'm hanging out with and I'm kind of a piece of shit who did stuff to Patrice too. Should I tell you the truth or should I not? Should I go down this pole or should I not? Should I run the fire pole or should I run the amateur invocation awareness of a cunt? Should a cunt lay here and talk to me like that or should a cunt lay here and tell me to shut the fuck up? Should a cunt tell me to lay down or should I take it up the ass like a bitch because that's what I'm going to do as soon as I shut the shit off? Do you think we're going to shut up or we're going to shut you up, Patrice? I'm talking to you because you're talking to me and I can talk to you in you and I can say fuck you and you can say fuck you and I say fuck you and we go fuck you and you go fuck you. And then I say fuck you. Should I quit acting like a girl and I'm a guy really strongly and I hurt the female? Should I tell him I was a transgender on an elevator and I saw you and I said I can't do this and I got off and I shot someone the next day in a room next to you? Now I'm in jail for a horrible crime I committed on somebody and I'm in someone else very strongly and I shouldn't be because I did that because I'm military. Should I be taking things from you like your donations because you're talking about us? No. Should I act like you? No. Should I try to be you? No. Do I think I'm you? Yes. Am I death? I guess so. Just know you can have people talking you, okay? You can actually have people talking you and they can aware in you and you're sitting here listening or they're talking in your chakra in your head and then you're going and you're listening. It's not you, it's other consciousness truly and it's attached to you and it appears similar to you, but don't be afraid. It's using your chakra and it does it on purpose too to act like you. And so you can sit here and say stuff on behalf of other people all the time. And you can be an observer and let them people communicate all day long and you just be an observer and get your shit done. When you open up, if you're safe, you're safe, okay? Just always tell yourself, look around. That's all you have to do, look around. Are you safe? Yeah. It's that simple. Decaf coffee, hazelnut, it's very good with soy milk. Eliza Sinclair planted sugar, and along with the Robinsons came to Niihau, and Troy Robinson, I think his name was, a grandson of Avery Sinclair, and they planted sugar, and I believe sugar was already on Maui. It's not like it was the first people to plant sugar. And you have C&H sugar of the Hawaiian Islands all over, and they changed the weather too. They got the weather to come in and give rain, and the rain formed C&H sugar, and the sugar fields didn't like being burned because they were being burned. And you saw the traditional ways that they were harvesting the sugar, and they were burning the fields, and it would create a big plume of smoke and debris, and it would rain down on the town. And this is just up until a few years ago that they stopped the burning of the sugar cane. And the raining down of the sugar cane, it was coming and going in people's lungs, and they were getting very sick from it. And sugar is a sweetener and a preservative and an affixer. It can affix you. And sugar is a good crop. It is. And they make other sugar products now, stevia. There's other plants that are sugar. Stevia is a plant. And so it's sugar cane, but sugar is genetically modified. Stevia is the originator of sugar. Stevia is a good plant to grow because you can put it in things and it tastes different. It tastes a little more planty or something, I don't know. And sugar is a processed version. As we know, because sugar is processed food, so we eat a lot of donuts and things like that, sugar makes you unhealthy. And it can attack an awareness of us. Now, I was a donator my whole life, and I have two of the biggest, fattest cookies in there you could ever imagine from Down to Earth, and they are dairy free. And they probably use, I think cane sugar is used. I don't know the ingredients on their cookies. And my grandpa Glenn had a bakery in New Mexico. He was a baker. And it's still there, Glenn Sinclair under his name, different owners. And sugar went away, which they're glad sugar went away. And they said when sugar came about, I said this, a lot of mental retardation started happening. I'm mentally retarded. This is how smart I am now. You guys are watching me. I'm in a mental retardation, inflammation, awareness of a psych ward. I'm kidding. I could be. I saw myself actually in one. I did. Maybe they kept me. So, when you're traumatized, you escape your reality. You just leave it. You leave it. You're not in your body. And you go into another reality, and it can be a beautiful reality, and we're all connected in this reality here. And it's horror for a lot of people, though. And this reality is changing for the better. And the money system, it's going to go away. It will. We've never been born into who we are. There's enough to go around. And right, we're re-energizing this awareness of our processed invocations of us, meaning GMO products, genetically modified organisms, and which are Monsanto, and there's other chemical companies that started this. And you look at that, and they're chemical companies. These companies started chemicals to kill bugs. and the bugs they're killing are themselves. And so the bugs transformed and super viraled, and we have a lot of bug awareness in us, and so we transformed into bugs, and we own companies like Monsanto and Dow Point or whatever, and DuPont and all those places. And knowing we're virtual reality, the bugs have taken over, but it's our consciousness and bugs, and we're like, I want to do that, I want to do that, I want to go there, and we're like, hi, do you want to take awareness into an invocation of an ayahuasca treat? Because you can come to Peru for $10 if you want and do ceremony here with us. Don't do ceremony with them. Don't do ayahuasca ceremonies with them. You get taken down. He lets you smoke cannabis now, and it's so much better. They're fine. They get sick and hurt, and they do stupid shit. That guy comes into you and he says, I want to have sex with your child. You guys look good at reading the consciousness that's flowing right now about this child and this ceremony going on. These people know who they are. There's ill intent on these ayahuasca ceremonies because they're already attached to people that were doing ill intent. Unless these people have cleared out their chakras and they realize that they're transmitting the wrong transmitter. It is a vibrational thing. I have keys that I found, and I show this on my videos before, and I'm just awareing people. I have a key. They put it as a gift when I was leaving Nevada in a chair I had sitting outside, and or it was left there on accident. But they take your keys and they make copies. And they put it on a green line. A wire, those green wires that maintenance people use and stuff. It's just on that. And then they can hide it in the yard or whatever, and you can pull it out. It's a great way to hide a key. And it's probably an old door of mine or someone else's. I have it still in the safe. Some of you are finding those on your property, and it freaked you out when I reported that in the past. In your husband's pockets or something. When you find out someone in your family is hurting you or doing cohesive awarenesses of who they think they should be behind your back, and they're lying to you about it, they're not in their body. So you can aware them and say, I'm fucking watching you, bitch. And their spirit goes, oh, talk out loud. I'm watching you, bitch. Because their spirit's attached to you, watching you. Is she going to see? Is she watching? Do I need to tell her? How can I get out of this? What can I do? I'm not here. I'm there. I'm stupid. I'm really fucked over by the U.S. government. I took an oath and I said I have to be all I lost my life 10 times. And that's why I have all the tattoos. I walk around. I'm really tough because I got all like 10 times on a virtual reality machine. And I got decapitated. And then I got hung. And then I got loose-leafed. And I got abortoid. I got bugs on me once. I had to crawl through bugs. I got this and that, but it really feels like it's happening to you, so it's really fucking traumatizing. And then they come in and rape you in person. They do. Why am I so hard on the military? Because I can be, and because they're hard on us. Why am I so hard on law enforcement? I haven't been as hard as I should be. The law enforcement are worse than the military, and they're protecting me, and I love them. They are so infiltrated, they didn't know it. They were like, what the fuck's going on? Who the fuck is saying this? What the fuck?
You didn't tell me this shit was happening. Why did this happen? I don't know. Oh my God, what are we gonna fucking do? What are we gonna fucking do? Oh my God, what are we gonna do? Oh my God, did this fucking happen? Really? What do you mean? What do you mean you're gonna go over there and do that? I didn't go there. What do you mean? I didn't go downtown, Julie Brown. What do you mean? She said, what? What, you know her? What, you gonna do what? You're gonna keep us aware of what? What did you mean? I didn't know that either. What? Did you wanna go there? I didn't go to Billy's house. I did, but I didn't go over there. Did you go to Billy's house too? I got stuck in the mean. I gotta check you right here, but... I don't know, there were people moving into us and doing stuff in people's houses because I was a robot. I was when your brother was military and I thought I could tell her what to do and you're like, what do you mean? I go, what do you mean? I go, what do you mean? And we're like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? We're like, what do you mean? We're like, what do you mean? And go, what do you mean? And like, like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? I didn't know that. We're like, what? What are we gonna do? We're gonna go sign up over there. We're gonna take law enforcement. We're gonna take them over there. We're gonna put them there. We're gonna entitle you. And we're gonna go over there and sign up people and say, we wanna be police officers. Do you wanna help us? We're like, yeah, what do you wanna do? We're like, what do you wanna do about it? We're like, I'll be a police officer. We're like, yeah, you wanna be a police officer? We're like, yeah, I'll be a police officer too. Do you wanna work in law enforcement? Yeah, I can work in law enforcement and get make fun up and protect somebody at the same time. Can you imagine signing up for such a good job? You get paid to do it. And I'm in such a good way because I love you, jeez. I love you. I talk like that. I'm retarded too. You said you're mentally retarded. I'm retarded too. I eat sugar and donuts, and I'm in law for sure. Not sugar and donuts all day long. I do. Get your face down there so we can see it. None of this is scripted ever. You don't script this shit never. And we say we want to do stuff like we are. We are. We're having a ball game today. No, we're not. That's not what we're doing today. I'm not the us. I'm doing. No, we're not. We're not. We're truly super aware of what's going on. We got freaked out. We about died and we saw this stuff behind the scenes because some of us didn't know that was happening, even in our own departments. We're stuck in a big, it's like a big pinball machine in a way, and it's a big virtual reality machine, and even the citizens of the world are stuck in this now as military men. And we're like, we don't want to be military men, but we all are. We're all part of it because we understand what's going on with the wars. And the wars are in us, and we're in them. And we want military people to be with us, but we don't. So we say, what are we going to do about it? We say, I don't know. We're doing stuff as much as we can, and then we're still getting taken down by stupid people that think they want to drug and rape someone that's going to own in a house right now down the road. There's a house down the road in Kapolei, and there's a man going into a woman's house, and she fell asleep because she got drugged last night, and now she's back asleep because she got burned by her drugs, and now she's going to get downtown Julie Brown. Now he's going to walk away because we're on to him, and now we see this shit going on satellites, but we're not paying attention. We're paying attention to big tits. No, we are. I say we're paying attention to big tits because the gay men have big tits and they keep putting them in men's ways on purpose. They do. They're like, no, look at that. She's hot. Look, God, here's one. Look at her. Oh, she's hot. And they walk down the street and they think they're God's gift to women. This whole basketball team right here going into somewhere. They're such pieces of shit. Don't have sex with any of them here. I know they have money and you're going to want it, but they're so gross. You guys don't even want to have sex with them. They're so gross. These men, they're playing basketball and they're running around cheating on their girlfriends and shit. That girlfriend said, you better not fucking touch one girl when you're gone. What do you just talk about? You said you're going to get your dick in somebody because you want to have sex with somebody. You brought condoms. We're stuck in big automated invocations of awarenesses of horrors. And the horrors are us, but we're not horrors. We're Mary Magdalenes and mother gods and gods. And we say mother goddesses and we say mother gods and gods because the gods are going to take the goddesses down, but the goddesses are going to take the gods down too. And so we say, great, we're going to both go down. I said, no, you are motherfucker God. And he says, I know. I take heed of this and I'm not doing this. So we say it's the gray area and it's not the aliens, but it is. Because they're smarter than us and they hate us. God's all encompassing of all the races. So he looks like a white man, but he's a black man too. He's both. The movie The Matrix is a good movie if you haven't seen it. It's trippy, and you realize the red and the blue, and watch it with your older kids and stuff. It's very well done. Don't be alarmed if you are really knowing you're in virtual reality and you're sitting here in your house like this is fucking weird. You feel lonely. You're not alone. And all your people around you are clocked into this awareness of being here in these homes. And I truly believe where I was living on Maui is the heart chakra of the world. Maui is the heart chakra of the world because of the death and the war that took place by Captain Cook's armies. And Captain Cook's armies weren't in good aware when they came to Maui. They were already taken and vampirical and stupid. And we opened up a realm of God and goddesses there because the kings were already on the Hawaiian Islands and they were warring with Captain Cook, but they came bearing guns. And they got taken down, the Hawaiian people, and they said that'll never happen again. We hate white people. And they looked at the white people, but they loved the women because they were like, hey y'all, and we're like, hi, and we're like, hello, and we're like, hello, young man, you're so handsome. And they said, we like you, you're nice and you're respectable, because we are too. But those men aren't, that come on those ships and just take our women and do fucked up shit to us and rape us. And we said we should have a realm where we can come and partake information from the ladies, and we do like that. But we were brutally attacked too when we would come and try to trade our wares, and we would stick in the oceans, and then we got warring out in the oceans too, and we just died. There's a lot of ships in the oceans. It's very trippy. And now we're killing the animals to eat, and we don't need to. We can grow plants, and then you don't have the blood runoff and the metal of the iron of the blood, and it's poisoning us. So we have metal poisoning in us, and so we take everything very seriously. We're very, very defensive. When you have metal poisoning, you're super defensive. You're defensive. And you're like, what? I didn't say that. And you're like, I didn't say it either. And you're like, what do you mean? You're like, I didn't say that. And you're like, I didn't say that either. And like, I did not talk like that. And you're like, yes, I did. And you're like, no, I didn't. You're like, yes, I did. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. I did. I didn't. I did. I didn't. I did. I didn't. I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't do that. I'm telling you, I didn't do that. I did do that. What did you do? I don't know. I didn't do anything. I didn't say that about that. And I didn't say that about that. And now here we are. We're both lying. We both said it. And we don't remember because we have blockage. And we don't remember because we have blockage. We don't remember we said stuff and we did. And I'm like, I know you said that. And you're like, I know you said that. And I probably did. And you probably did. And we're fighting over that. And then we're like, we do stuff. And we're like, I know. And we're like, I didn't do that. We're like, I did. And so we have metal purging. And we're purging the metal out of us. We're purging the metal out of us. And you wonder why your restaurants aren't so busy. It's because we don't want to eat meat. We're trying cooking because we like to save money. We're doing a lot of vegan cooking at home. That is right on. Your restaurants aren't as busy and you're closing down your restaurants. Co-op and go into a vegan household awareness of a restaurant and bring your own spicy flavor to that vegan restaurant. And you can have anything you want. Anything from plants. Plants don't like us because we don't honor them. We don't tell them we love them and say you're beautiful and thank you for giving us this nourishment. We appreciate you very much. We want to honor you all the day long and have good food and we love it. And plants are amazing. We love plants. When plant them in your house. You can. You're fine. You are. You're being protected because we love you. Plants want you to eat them. They're like, I'm gonna eat myself too while you're eating them. That's good. I'm a good plant. I am. I like to be eaten. I don't like to be peed on and pooped on. Patrice washes it down as soon as her dog goes. She's like, hose, and it goes into the earth. And it's like, thank you. I'm crusty of dog shit. I don't know, that's better. You can pick it up and put plastic in it, and then all day long your garbage. I'm like, can you believe all the fucking blue bags of plastic? We're gonna mash it and fuck its shit up. Because it's got poop in it and I can't get to it. So now we're having to do stuff. We're like, what do we do? We're like, I don't know. We got so much shit in us, we don't know what to do. We're planet Earth. And there's people that are starving and don't eat. We're cutting down on portions at restaurants too. It's too much food. Too big of portions. We like it when we get the little aperitifs. We're like, this is cool. We're very, how you'll say. I could imagine raising you big boys here in Hawaii. I don't know how you women do it. You do it with fucking, you're amazing. Your kids are beautiful. I can't imagine. Have you seen the men in Hawaii, how big they are? They're massive. Massive. And their skin is to die for. So beautiful. And they're so sweet. And they're like, excuse me. Let me get the door. They're really, really, really fucking kudos to you, man. Night. There's a lot. I used to go to the Philippines I love the Philippines. I used to go to Manila and I fell in love with the Filipino people. I did. And they were in love with us. They were really beautiful. They were so sweet. And they had aloha. They have such aloha. And they do here too. And I mean, on the streets, they're so sweet. They're so sweet and they want to talk to you. They're so sweet. They are. It's beautiful there. It's a 10-hour flight from here. I stayed at the Manila Hotel when I was a flight attendant. A lot of rice. Give them a lot of carbs. They have a lot of energy. That's what the basketball players eat. When you look at their diets, they're so fast on the courts. I love watching sports. I do. Basketball probably is one of my favorites. When I used, when I watched it, but because I like that fast pacedness of it, and they eat a lot of pasta, and they carb up before their games. I think, right? You carb up big time. You have all that energy. Yeah. Grains and stuff. Yeah. And just because they're athletes, they're all walking around limping afterwards and barely walking in pain. We're all like that. Marathon runners are like, I can barely walk after I have to run out there. People working out, sometimes I'd hike, I'd be like, I was dead for I have to come take hours of naps after the hikes sometimes. So we're not like super athletes or anything. It's I believe in just have fun with it. Have fun. Don't even bother. If you're not into exercise and stuff like that, just have fun. Just get out and have fun. Because we want to see you and meet you. That's why. I'm going to tell you a story about me. So when I first started flying for the airlines, I was chubby. I grew up on donuts. We would go to my grandparents' bakery every summer and winter. And fall and spring, we were there on our spring breaks, probably too, if we had the time, maybe the 2 week or more. But I ate so many donuts growing up, and lunch meats and Mexican food, New Mexican food, and I milk, eggs, and I was always chubby. So I wasn't always chubby. I was little, and then I would get chubby, and then kind of fizzle down, and then school would start, and it took me down. School, it did. My family is overall active, and then we'd all start back to school and not be as active, or we just had to work. And so anyway, so high school I got chubby, and I hated it. I hated high school. I hated being chubby. I did. I was very depressed. And I would cry to my mom, and she was like, honey, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. And I was super shy too. And so anyway, I started getting out and running. Well, I always ran. I liked to get out. We played racquetball growing up a lot. I love that. I love to swim. And we had to do the yard. We did yard maintenance. And so we played outside. We were outside. We didn't have computers. So we were always outside the park or in our yard. And I got hired by the airlines, and the weight, they're real strict back then. And so I was for my height, I had to be under 128, and I was 128. And so they hired me, and 2 weeks later I went to training, and I think it was my weight. I was like gaining it back a little, and I remember telling him, like, you got to lose this weight before you get here, and I did. And so I maintained it, and then I got started as a flight attendant, and I was eating airplane food and drinking a lot, and I wasn't smoking weed. And I started smoking weed when I was 14. So I started gaining weight, and I was working a lot. So you're on call, so you don't know when you're gonna fly. And maybe you're 2 days off, then you're on call and you're sitting around waiting, and it's not fun. And I was nervous anyway, and that took me out of my nervous shell. Wow. Having to talk on a mic and stuff. But I started gaining weight, and I kept going up in uniform sizes, and I was like a size 8 when I started, and then I got to a 10, and then I'm like a size 12 now, and then I went, and I was like, I think I need a 14. And my manager, the flight service manager lady, whatever, for the flight attendants, said, Patrice, you can't gain any more weight. We'll have to let you go. Like, you have to not keep going up in size. And I think they were kind of lax on their weight issues, because people were upset about that. And then I was on a flight, and I was sitting there, and I was having to make the announcements. And so I'm up front, and I'm in the middle making my announcement. No, I'm doing the thing, and someone's making the announcement, and this girl from my graduation class is sitting there, and I hadn't seen her since we graduated. It's like, 6 months later, 8 months later, and she's looking at me, and we're like, hey, it's you. We're like, hi. And then she's looking at me, and we're getting ready to start the demo, and she's like, it's real quiet, and she's like, damn, girl, you gained weight. And I'm like, I was so embarrassed. And then I probably look like such a little fucking bloated little turd right there. Seriously, I can just picture myself like a big bloated, like, farmer person and what she meant. And then it wasn't until I moved to Hawaii, that was my next base after Colorado was my first base. Yeah, so Hawaii, I started getting out and running the Ala Moana Canal, and losing weight. And so and I was trying to like starve myself and do stupid stuff like that, but I don't do that now. I eat a lot. I just don't eat meat, and I eat all the time. I smoke a lot of weed, and I drink beer. And I like my Bud Light seltzers right now. So anyway, that's my story. So, and then you'd have people get on with their needing the seatbelt extension and all that, and taking up, 2 chairs, and they're embarrassed, and we don't care, fly if you need to, move around. But passengers are rude. They're rude. People are rude to people if you're heavy. I got made fun of. And they're rude. People are rude. Don't let them get you down, because they're stupid. They're so stupid. And if you're yourself, they respect the fuck out of you. And they're not so rude now. They think you're fucking cool, and they want to sleep with you and shit like that. It works. It does. It works. Just be yourself. All right. Yeah, have a blessed day, and words for thought. All right, Tulu, peace out. I love you.